every story carved in stone and grounded with timeless beauty captures history spanning of 4 centuries. UST houses not only countless tales and diverse communities, but also iconic landmarks that shape generations of Thomasians. For today's episode, ating lilimutin ang campus grounds para i-explore ang bawat landmark that serves as a cornerstone of Thomasian identity. Ito ang Tatak Tomasino, kung saan ang diwa ng kulturang Tomasino ay tumatatak sa bawat pagyapak. Ako nga pala si Pao Cruz, at para sa araw na ito, tayo ay sasamahan ni Architect Psycho to explain more about the technical aspects ng campus landmarks and the cultural value that it brings hindi lamang para sa mga Tomasino, kundi para na rin sa mga Pilipino. Hello, Architect Psycho. Good day.
Yeah, good day, Pao. Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure to share time with Tatak Tomasino.
Yeah, and sir, thank you for joining us today. Ayan, pero hindi lang si Architect ang guest for today. We are inviting all Thomasians to join us for today's journey as we discover more about the campus landmarks. Kaya, tara na, sir?
Let's go!
Mula sa Arch of the Centuries ay masisilayan ang walang kupas na ganda ng main building, alongside being the home of Thomasian scientists, pharmacists, and lawyers. The main building also houses the UST Museum and different administrative offices. Designed by Father Roque Ruano, OP, the main building takes pride in being the first ever earthquake-proof building in Asia. This blend of tradition, education, and construction makes the main building as the main visual of UST. Okay, sir, ngayon nasa main building tayo, which is also open for schools outside UST, no?
Yeah. Actually, ngayon, yung UST Museum offers free entrance sa lahat ng visitors natin, even outsiders. So, may influx tayo ng visitors as of the moment.
For the month of October.
For the month of October, yes.
Sir, bigyan niyo naman po kami ng idea about yung main building being the first earthquake-proof sa Asia.
Okay. Pao, ako kasi hindi ako comfortable na tawagin si UST main building na earthquake-proof. Kasi I believe parang wala namang ganon. Kasi any building, I think, if you subject it to quite a huge amount of force na hindi niya kayang i-withstand, chances are magigiba
Tutumba
siya.
talaga.
But there is what I call an earthquake-resistant building.
Oh.
Ako lang, in my professional opinion, I would call it an earthquake-resistant. I think mas accurate and mas correct siya. Nagiging earthquake-resistant yung building kapag, let's say, itong UST main building, si Roque Ruano, sinati niya, based sa mga pag-aaral, no? Sinati niya yung main building into 40 different segments, 40 different parts. It's like you have a cake. Hatiin mo into the 40 different parts yun. So, hindi siya alog ng isang buo. Hindi siya madadamage ng isang buo, but rather sasayaw lang yung segments na yun during an earthquake. That's what makes it earthquake resistant at the time. Yes.
So, sir, masasabi nyo na merong hati dito sa loob ng main building?
Makikita siya sa iba't ibang parts ng main building. Meron, I think, sa labas, and meron din dito in various areas sa loob.
Pwede po ba natin makita yun?
Yes.
Pwede mo bang paturo sa amin kung saan dito yung proof na resistant sa earthquake ito?
Yung proof could be supported by yung mga gaps na yun sa taas. So those gaps actually contribute to the main building's earthquake resistance. So to add to our discussion, I believe it would also be good to consult a structural engineer as to explain how these gaps work and how these gaps are used in a structure.
Susunod naman ng UST Grandstand, ang lugar kung saan ginaganap ang iconic Paskuhan concert and recently ang UAAP Season 88 opening ceremony. Dito rin nagdaos ng misa si Pope Francis toong siya ay bumisita sa Pilipinas ng 4 na araw. Ayan. Sir, ano pong masasabi niyo sa landmark na to kung paano siya nakakapag-contribute sa cultures and traditions ng school and ng mga students na rin?
Okay. Importante siguro sa university setting yung meron tayong elevated or central area para mag-gather. Isa yun, grandstand sa mga yon. Meron tayong elevated part, nakikita natin sa likod. It's a venue for different it has been a venue for different historical events as well, like papal visits, UAAP openings, and the like. So, ibig sabihin, pag gagawa tayo ng event dyan, madaling makita yung mga tao na magpo-perform o gagawa ng event dun sa ibabaw. Some sort of stage to begin with. And then also, temporary solace, kunyari, ganito, maambon, umuulan, ano? Pwede kang sumilong doon, panandalian, tapos hintayin mo lumipas yung ulan. And then kung napapansin natin, minsan tinatambayan din siya, lalo na kung sumong magmuni-muni or sumong manahimik lang sandali. Basically, kung paano mo siya gagamitin, it's up to you.
So yun na yun.
Yes.
I can attest to that, sir, kasi nagiging tambayan ko rin yan minsan. Kung mga kabarkada mo, ganyan, nakatambay kayo dyan. Kasi parang, lalo na kapag sunset, makikita mo siya dyan eh. So, very good siyang place to tambay.
Yeah, to unwind or to relax.
Yes. Ating natatanaw ngayon ang spiritual haven for the Thomasian community, the UST Santissimo Rosario Parish. Established in 1932, the parish was designed by Fernando H. Ocampo Sr., one of the prominent figures in the Philippine architecture. His style, as reflected in the edifice, was inspired by the Buza architecture, which eventually evolved into traditionalist architectural forms with modernism. Okay. Ayan, kasama ulit natin si architect. Yeah. Sir Syke, ano po masasabi niyo sa structure ng building na to?
Nung nag-aaral pa ako, yung Santissimo Rosario Parish or itong buong Central Seminary, nakilala ko to as a representative of the Art Deco style na tinatawag natin in architecture. Now, what comprises Art Deco style? Yung nakikita natin kunyari sa likod, yan, yung mga geometric patterns na grillwork na nasa likod, yung mga shapes na yan yung common elements na ginagamit. Not to mention, merong mga chevrons, merong mga zigzags, mostly geometric ang shapes na ginagamit ng isang Art Deco style building. At nagkataon, meron tayo noon sa university.
Paano nyo masasabi na embedded dito yung identity ng university?
Well, one, itong building natin, embedded yung history natin dito. Kasi one, it bears the identity of the Dominicans. Andyan yung seal nila sa likod. Here. Tapos, of course, yung pangalan natin, identified na University of Santo Tomas siya, given yung very Art Deco font also. It's commonly used dun sa mga buildings at that time. Nililabel nila yung buildings nila before. Aside from that, yung history natin can be represented by those major religious events na tumutulong na mag-develop and mag-nurture nung Catholic faith na expected of every Thomasian.
Pwede po ba kayo mag-share sa amin ng some important structural details na usually na overlook siya ng mga students or ng mga tao na dumadaan dito?
Okay, Pao, meron lang akong dalawang masishare. One, yung nasa loob, yung altar. No, yung altar natin before, meron niyang bakod sa harap. But during the events or the changes in Vatican II, na palitan yung altar natin kasi may changes sa ceremony sa liturgy. So those changes in the liturgy required a change of space. So hindi na yan yung dati nating altar. Ni-renovate yan around the 90s ni architect Norma Alarcon, one of our faculty members sa College of Architecture. And pangalawa, yung pinakasimple sa lahat, ito yung simbahan, hindi yung main building.
Oo nga, sir. Oo, talagang kilala yan dito. Marami pong nakikita sa mga posts na yan sa... Kilala yan sa UST eh. Kasi malalaman mo daw na ang student ay bago or hindi taga dito kapag nag-sign of the cross.
Kaya,
pag dumadaan sa main building.
Kaya reminder, ito yung simbahan natin.
Hindi yung main building.
Hindi yung main building.
Sa bawat arko ay gusaling ating inikot. Iisa ang mensahe na pinapadala nito. Ang UST ay buhay sa mga alaala na binubuo ng mga pangarap at kwento ng bawat Tomasino. Ang kasaysayan nito ang nagsisilbing gabay para sa ating araw-araw na pamumuhay. If these landmarks could talk, what do you think will they tell us?